So our next project is going to be foreshortening and vantage point. So the idea with foreshortening is to photograph a person kind of head and shoulders and start probably on the most zoom end. So about a 55 millimeter on a digital SLR or whatever your maximum zoom is if you're using a smartphone, and compose just a little space above the head down to, I don't know, mid chest. Vertical orientation typically works well. And you're going to photograph them once like that. And then you're going to switch to your mid range zoom, so like a 25 or on a smartphone, whatever the middle is. And you're going to have to walk closer and compose the same thing. The one thing I should have said to start off is you want to make sure your subject is not against a wall. They need to be spaced out at least 10 feet from the subject, whatever is behind them. I would suggest working outdoors, go to a park or something like that. But that distance behind is important for this. So you'll take the same composition, head and shoulders, and then you'll switch to the widest angle view you've got. So on a digital SLR, that's about an 18 millimeter. On a smartphone, whatever that is. And then you'll get even closer and try and compose the same head and shoulders shot and take a picture. And what you're going to see is something like the following, where you, it's going to do two things. One, your subject's face is going to distort with the wide angle view, or it's going to kind of flatten with the zoom. But what you're really going to notice is what is in the background is going to significantly change. So I believe this is the zoomed in version. So we see a bit of clutter in the background, but you could always move left, right, like up, down a little bit to kind of not have things sticking out of the top of their head. But when you zoom wider, that stuff gets, well, you see more behind it, so that stuff kind of gets smaller. And then when you are really close, the face gets a bit distorted, but the stuff in the background becomes smaller, but you see a whole lot more. So if there's a cluttered background, you're going to see more clutter. But if there's one thing that's distracting, you can kind of minimize it by having it be smaller. Again, I believe this is the wide angle, zoomed in, and then maximum zoom. And the depth of field has significantly changed here. I think that's the zoomed in, and then mid-range, and then yeah, the facial distortion tells me this one's the widest angle. So choosing a fairly plain background makes your life a bit easier on this. I'm going to say that that's the zoomed in from far away, mid-range, and widest angle. Thinking that's the zoomed in all the way, mid-range, and the widest angle. Yep. All right, and then the second half of this project, we're going to just play with having different perspectives. So the whole point is to not always photograph at eye level in horizontal orientation with your camera. Think about getting higher and getting lower and getting different viewpoints. So basically, I guess this one is, it feels like eye level, but I'm going to say that that's below, above. No, okay. Eye level, above, and below. That's pretty clear with those. That looks to me like it's from above, eye level, and from below, above, eye level, below. I'm going to say eye level, below, and above, eye level, and from below, above, eye level, and from below. Yeah, and don't worry about that. So we're looking to have 3 images for each section, 6 images in total.